And we are go. Welcome along to another Lama Live. Another evening session here in the Lama Lab. Quick test of a trainer, just another setting I've changed. And then onto the, well, I'm already on it, but onto finishing the Royal Pump Room 8 route badge unlock here on Yorkshire, which I haven't done yet. I don't think I've even ridden this route. So the reason why I'm collecting all these badges is that I haven't, I've done most of the loops on Zwift, but the route badge achievements only came along 6 months ago, 12 months ago. And I've never gone back and revisited everything because you weren't post-credited, if that makes sense. So we do have to knock these off. And away we go. A few updates to the ride-on script you can see down there. Looks pretty cool. So I now have the 3 latest ride-ons coming through. And the reason why I'm putting them here is because up the top there in game, they scroll past very slowly, but a few of them will come through in quick succession. So the names might not pop up there, but they will pop up here. And there's been an update made to Rash's script that he posted the other day to do numbering as well. So the number of ride-ons that I get, and the number, and to keep me honest, the number of ride-ons I give back. Which always reminds me to hit that center button and give some back. They'll never be 1 for 1 though. The ratio is always going to be about 10 to 1. Alright, so it's reverse at the moment. Okay, 4%, let's go. Chat, let me load you up. How are we doing? Jason from Alaska, welcome along. No race, just a route tonight, which is the Pump Room 8. It's 27 point something kilometers. Shouldn't be too long. Is that a beard on the llama? No, I'm just lazy. I'm just lazy. I should put some more fuzz on the camera so you can't tell. And it's getting cold here too, so it's insulated. It's my winter coat. How does the Lama Lab work? The Lama Lab itself is a place. It's here. The Lama Lab test, or the protocol that I run, it's a custom workout that I have. It's quite easy to duplicate. I haven't published it anywhere though. Not for everybody to download. If I was to do that, I'd attach with it a half-hour video explaining exactly how to run through it and the process that I use. And it has changed a little bit too since I've done a video on how I test power meters and things. I don't want to put it out there and then everybody says that the Lama Lab test doesn't work or it fails or they're using a stages left only and doesn't match this and that. There's so many gotchas and catches with it. 4th kill. I'm going to keep smashing that right on button. There we go. No Von tonight. No. It's Mother's Day, so Von's having the night off. Michael Curtis, you're on holidays this week. I think we've all been on holidays for the last 3 months, haven't we? Well, we kind of have to work, but it's a weird state that the world is in. You did a 500k week like the Festive 500. You've picked 6 full Gaz videos. Awesome stuff. I was just saying to Von today, it's hard getting motivated at the moment to ride, to pick a goal. And I referred back to the Rafa 500. Because at least there's a goal. I was going to say it's non-tangible, but you actually do get the little rondelle in the mail. But yeah, at the moment, I mean, there's a ton of rides and achievements and things in game here, but I don't know. Things are a bit lacking. Power numbers are looking good though. That's happy days. Robbie did the first ride on the Stages bike last night. Impressed so far. Fantastic. Yeah, I tell you what, the hardest part for me when I was racing a few years back was trying to do efforts or intervals after a big race, because it's all you'd think about in your mind. Tour of Bright's the one that comes to mind. We'd be doing specific intervals targeting the stages or parts of the stage. Everything is focused around that. And then the week after Tour of Bright, you jump on the bike, it was hard to push the pedals. There wasn't any reason. Always have to have targets. Question the other day that I missed. Cool. If you can export calories burned from Zwift into MyFitnessPal directly. I'm not sure. I don't use MyFitnessPal. But anything with a power metered file or a power meter stream in it should be able to convert that energy into calories burned. So, yeah. Emma Fowler, how are we doing, Emma? Good to see you, Em Rides Bikes. Johnny Noblet's become a member. Thank you, Johnny Noblet. Welcome along to being a member of the Gplama YouTube channel. It's a few behind the scenes things you'll see if you're a member of the channel. Mostly on upcoming reviews or products or things that aren't quite finished yet. I think some Stages bike power data was posted the other day. I'm not sure if I've put the Inspider power meter data up yet on that. Anyway, something to look forward to if you're a Gplama channel member. The stream keeps buffering. Let me see. Biggest tip I can give for streaming, jump over to Twitch. It looks so much better on Twitch. YouTube killed the stream. They'd run over it with a truck, scrape it off the ground and paint it again with a paintbrush in the mouth of an elephant. That's pretty much how YouTube do streaming. If you look at twitch.tv, search for Gplama. It just rebroadcasts, I think, what I'm sending them, but it's the same stream, it's the same data stream, same encoding, same everything. If I've missed the questions, I do apologise. Do double up on the questions there. I read them down there, but they're up there. Become a member in the stream buffers forever. That's the plan, Johnny. I'd try Twitch. Mike had to scale an XKD Spider by 105. How about that? That's why I've asked XKD to send over another unit. Because N equals 1 that I had, well there's N equals 2 now. Wasn't enough. Come to Twitch. M Rides Bikes live stream, there we go. Bring it on. I am on Twitch, but only through Restream. I have the questions coming through as well, or the chat on both. But I don't want to ignore YouTube. That's where everyone is. So going live over on Twitch, it's the same setup, cost and time effectively, but not as many viewers. So there's a lot of people on here tonight. So Restream.io is what I'm using to send out this single stream to Sydney, one of their servers there, and it does the rest. Always in Ballarat bibs, how many do I have? 2 sets and a washing machine that's continually going. That's thanks to Max. Happy first Mother's Day to Vaughn. Thank you. I'll pass that on. She may be watching in the stream too somewhere. No, I don't do any bunch rides in Ballarat. One, I can't get up early enough. Actually, that's the only reason. I was going to go through my list of excuses. I'm just never on time. Absolutely, the Twitch quality is so much better. And that's, again, that's the same stream. I don't want to encourage everyone over on YouTube or Facebook to go to Twitch because, I'll be honest, it's not monetized. If you're watching YouTube, even if you're not seeing the ads, it still helps my stats on YouTube. That's what helps me keep doing what I'm doing. So if everyone goes over to Twitch, the monetization there is... And now that I'm restreaming in multiple places, I'm actually violating the Twitch terms of service of being a partner or something. But quality-wise, it's brilliant. It's so much better. Frankie, because I don't know how. That's what makes it monetized. I think it's... I went through their questionnaire, supplied them all my tax details, and my second-born, because I've already got my firstborn. Signed over the second-born to them. I don't know how it works though. Something about bits and cents and voting, but as I said the other night, there's ways that people get recognised on Twitch that aren't with the values that I hold here. I'm about the tech, not about the tits. So, yeah, there's no easy pathway to recognition over there, and it's only Zwift, let's be honest. It's not a game that a lot of people are going to be watching live. Oh, you got a pre-roll ad. I've seen Ray's IQ Squared video, yes. Good evening, Abby, how are we doing? You can't rewind a live stream, okay. You can go back and watch it when it's done though, I think. Why am I working so hard? Okay. Oh, everyone got pre-rolls, awesome. Better than a toilet roll. Well, the other week it would have been a better getting toilet roll. I need to get this thing in erg mode. Now I'm not doing, the test here is not an accuracy test, not a responsiveness test, it's something else. So I don't need to stop and zero anything. I'm just gonna go straight into it. And I will tab through quicker. So not a full Lama Lab test. Yeah, Twitch is awesome, but I can't keep saying that because YouTube's where it's at for me. If everyone goes to Twitch, yeah, I disappear. Then there's the whole Twitch versus Mixer, then there's the whole, I don't know. Enjoy GC and Eurosport Pro Tour? Yeah, it went really well. The problem here in Australia, we can't get Eurosport. They pulled the pin. And if we were to get Eurosport, I think it costs $400 for the box. Like seriously, we're in what year is this? We've got to buy a piece of hardware to then stream. So that can go stick it. $400 for that, and then whatever a month to subscribe to it. Not feasible. There are other sites that work on the internet. I'd happily support them if I could subscribe, but we can't here in Australia to Eurosport. So we watch it in alternate ways. Nope. They pulled the pin, which was funny, and because Foxtel called up with a spam call the other couple of weeks back and said, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I just said to the guy, look, Eurosport are getting pulled off your platform. Like, it's the only thing I'm interested in. No, that's not right, that's not true. He wanted to sign me up for like a 12-month or a 48-month subscription and was telling me Foxtel had Eurosport when it clearly didn't. That made me angry, but I hung up. Like, people can have opinions, but when you're just clearly wrong, I'll stop there. I have a vocab of a lot of four-letter words I'll use, but not on Twitch. Anyhow, happy days. Hope we're all well. Mother's Day in Australia. Is it Mother's Day elsewhere in the world? Or is it one of these weird Queen's birthday things where she has a birthday whenever it suits based on the time of year? Oh, I'm just buying time before I have to get stuck in this erg mode section here. the GCN app. I see they went pay-per-view in the GCN app with something. They've had a just as a bit of commentary around content production. GCN had this time last year, I think we're pushing the message of it's always free, it's free, it's free, it's free, we do it free, it's free to view, free to content, free to blah blah blah. All money's involved, so it's changed. So now they're cautiously rolling out pay-per-view content, which is fine. They've got to make money. They're a massive, they went pay-per-view with Giro. Big phase shift though for a business, and then that means they can't. Right, it was like Sagan the other day. I'm not an indoor cyclist. I'm a real cyclist. 2 weeks later, Sagan's leading rides on Zwift. I'd love to know the story behind it. I don't care what he got paid. I'd love to know who called who agreed to who. That would be very interesting. E. Fowler says, right on. I know her. I think it'd be an interesting story. But I think Sagan's in the stratosphere where he can say whatever the hell he wants to a point and still be okay with it. There were some interesting memes though floating around. Sagan's team called. See, exactly. I'd love to know how that all went down. All right. Finish in 41 minutes. So I only did the first two sections, the 10 minute, or the 200 watt and 250 watt. That's all I'm going for tonight. Then we have watts, heart rate and cadence in top center in races for the next update. Just on that, I think it's weird that the broadcast we see, the GCN stuff, the heads-up display, the whole screen is different. So if someone was to see that for the first time thinking, oh, that's Zwift, that's what I want, then they log in and see this. It's presenting two different realities, two different experiences. So that could be a little confusing. I think there needs to be some unification there. Like they have it on Zwift across iPad, Android, Apple TV, PC, Mac. It all looks very, very similar. But the broadcast that they're using for the marketing side of things, that's what the races are there. They're an advertisement. It's different, which could be a little confusing. Oh, how many ride-ons? I'm almost at 100. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 98. It'll do it, this'll do it. 101. Done. Ratio's looking good. You can watt bike Atom with Apple TV 4K. If I do a session in free ride interval, the watts stay the same as the previous interval's wattage. Have I come across this? One for Zwift support. If you're pairing, obviously you're pairing via Bluetooth because it's using Apple TV 4K. So what's happening there is the watt bike Atom has a stepper motor similar to the Elite trainers where it mechanically moves. Let's say that's a little resistance unit. It moves it in and out on a stepper motor to apply resistance and take resistance on. Magnet, closer, further away. So more resistance, less resistance. It's a physical device that moves along a little rod. What would be happening there is if you're doing a free ride interval, it's not moving that little rod, it's staying where it is and getting stuck. It's a protocol issue. Either on the Zwift side, that's why I said you're using Bluetooth. If you're on another system, you could try Ant Plus FEC. But if you're stuck with Bluetooth on the Apple TV 4K, which is not a bad thing, I'd raise that as a support ticket. If you can find a way to replicate that, support people love that. I have this bike, this firmware. I can replicate it doing this, this, and this. And a good support person will throw their leg over a bike, if they've got the resources to do it, and replicate that, and maybe get it resolved. I've worked in support for way too long. But if anybody, what you'll find is if you invest into the problem before you contact support, they'll be like so much more accepting and being able to help you out. It gets to a point though where they think you're a smart ass. So don't cross that line. Just supply enough information. Asioma Pedals, Paddy O'Connell, yeah. Look, go through any forum. Don't just take my word for it. Any forum where people say, what power meter should I buy? And they're not opposed to the look compatible cleats. Yeah, everyone loves them. How do you get your pedal stroke from 48.52 to 50.50? You don't worry about it, that's too close. What kind of power meter are you running? And it will always drift. It'll be different under threshold, it'll be different over threshold. It'll be different 50 kilometers down the road. So there's no way to fix that. If you're like 45, 55, that might be something to look at. Speaking of which, I look down, mine's 52.48 right now, but it's bouncing around. Jack, I have no idea what my FTP is. I can tell you what it was, but that doesn't help me now. iOS crashing, no, that's one for Zwift support. I haven't run Zwift on iOS for a couple of weeks at least. Alright, let's get into gear. 21 minutes and get into this 250 watt section. I still have to keep smashing those ride-ons to get those numbers up. Alrighty. Wesman's FTP was 350. I'm sure Wesman's FTP was a lot higher than 350 when he was racing in the Pro Peloton. Good to see you, Wes. Or if it wasn't, he was very, very light. Am I growing a beard? No, the other way. The beard is growing me. I'm a separate person. Shane's in the other room. His beard just walked out, grew a llama, and started doing lab tests. Much easier that way than the real Shane. I'm just lazy, I haven't shaved. I know you were referring to my FTP. It would have been up near 350, I think. But relative to your weight, that's what it's all about. I'm sure there's Pro Tour riders who don't have an FTP of 350, but they probably weigh 45 kilos. And that's what matters. Okay, I can see you. Here's my protocol on being a dick in chat. Shut up or get out. You don't have the right to take away my attention from everybody else who's being kind and doing the right thing. One last warning, or I'll sit here for about 3 minutes while I boot you out. I run a tight ship on comments and chat. Don't piss me off. Especially not doing a Lama Lab test. One more comment and you're gone. So I'll get to do this hill in erg. That's a cheap way. Aerodynamics. There's a question. When will being aero matter indoors? Early on, people were saying we could use the Xbox Kinetic. Is it the Kinetic? Whatever the bar was. To look at your body shape. That'd be a possibility. The SCM has still got up to 12 Newton meters release force. They've got enough punch for me. That's all 12. I've never put a torque wrench on the unclip. What does erg mean? Erg, it means work, I think, in Greek. That's the literal meaning of erg, is work. It's just been adopted by cycling and rowing as effectively work mode. Hey Veronica. Happy Mother's Day, Vaughn. Everybody in chat, give Vaughn a happy Mother's Day. Max has been great today. Vaughn's over on the Facebook chat, but we'll see it here too. Whew. So this is effectively the pretzel on Yorkshire. It does every road both ways, but there's not a lot of road, so it's only 27 or 28 k's. I knocked off the volcano counterclockwise last night, or the night before. That was something like 7 kilometers with the lead in. Everyone go to Twitch. What are my numbers? I'll have a look at the Twitch. 78 viewers in Twitch, not bad. 14 Facebook, 208 on YouTube. It's a good percentage on Twitch, I'll give it that. It's definitely worth me being on both places, if not only for the quality. I think we're getting pizza delivered. Was that the pizza mime? Nice one. Alrighty. We're having pizza for dinner. Happy Mother's Day. And Twitch goes down to 64. Oh. One rule of streaming, never mention numbers. People want to change them. How many route badges left? I think I've still got half to get through. So I always do the same route. It's always Titans Grove. It's such a good tester for trainers and power meters with the up and over and up and under and everything. All right, I'm going to tab through this. That's the only data I need there. Boom. If I get the tab on the right screen, done. 250. Let's go. All of the long routes, Frankie, all of the long routes. I'm not looking forward to them. But it's going to be a long winter here in Australia. Luke, I think I've done a 14-hour ride. 13 or 14 hours. Once. Feed Llama pizza on the bike. No. There's other streams for that. How do you set particular watts and can't go over? So erg mode, Greg, that's all about workout mode, which is what I'm in now. The fan in front is a kick of headwind. I also have another one off to the side, just to mix it up. Okay, numbers. You're looking all right. What's going to hurt on tonight's ride is the reverse of that dipper, if anybody knows this course. That is brutal. I'll be out in sim mode for that, and the trainer is on 100%, so guaranteed suffering coming up. MW, I think it was 413 Ks, I think, all up on that day. My opinion on how indoor training improves my fitness for outside. Have I noticed a difference? It won me many races. So it's about training properly inside and out to see the improvements you want. So my target race every year was the Masters National Time Trial Champs and Tour of Bright and a few other things. So we'd break down the course and ride a simulation indoors and go outdoors, because you can't train everything indoors. And it worked really well for me. What bike on Zwift? I have the TCR with the crazy disc. There we go. My tubeless videos. I've done a number of tubeless videos, Jason. I think they progressively get worse and worse, to the point where we just go, you know what? I don't have time in my life for this. Brand new tubeless, my take on brand new tubeless tyres, tubeless rims, new sealant, no probs. Straight on, all good. Everything other than that, no good. Having to re-top them up to add more weight to your wheel, or to take the tyre off and clean it out, or to fix a puncture, that didn't properly seal, to swap tyres from bike to bike. I respect that people can do that and like that. That's not me though. Luke Bell, saddles. Keep searching for saddles. I've been riding for many years. I'm always looking. If a new saddle comes out, I'll look at it. You see me go from the Specialized Power saddle, the Shimano Pro, was it not the Stealth? Can't even think of it now. My heart rate's above 160. My memory's horrible. Then the KDX Boost. Swap saddles up. Alright, 40 seconds. That's all we need from this. A fan, yeah. Bicycle Sunday. I need a bit of cooling. How's my ratios for ride-ons given? 140, okay. And that brings a close to the Lama Lab test for tonight, but I'll keep riding to get this badge. Done, okay, tabbing out of that. I'm on PC, so I can just tab through all those sections and get to the end. That's what I was after, that's the data I needed to collect. Back into sim mode. Whew. Alrighty. That's a short one for the workout side of things. And on the downhill, that was polite. I like that. I had a massive fan. So speaking of cooling, so the ones to steer clear of are those big meshy ones that sit on the ground. They're about this big. They seem to spray air just everywhere, not in a direction. You want something that directs air in a decent funnel. That's why the headwind works so well. It's really a funnel of air. But you almost need two of them. You just need, it is possible to have too much cooling though. I had one of those floor standing fans, the 75 centimeter ones. It blew my hair off, literally. So, it was just too much. You'd get dry eyes. It was great, but too much. I think multiple fans in multiple locations. A lot of people will put a fan right in front of them. Works for something like the headwind because it's such a directional, it'll go across you, but for those fans that spray everywhere in a big V shape, if you put it in front of you, that's the smallest part of you. You need it off to the side so it captures all your torso, the side of your head, everything, more surface area. That's why if you've ever done a time trial course where it's primarily a crosswind, it'll be the slowest day ever. Typically slower than a headwind out, tailwind back. Because there's just no escaping a crosswind. You can't tuck out of it at all. Anyhow. Trainer difficulty will be on 100%. Do we want to check it? Do we check it live? It didn't matter for erg. Let's have a look. Make sure it's 100%. It doesn't really matter for what I'm doing. Boom, max. Good old max. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of suffrage up the that reverse line. Coming to a screen near you shortly. Now, which way are we going here? Oof. That kicked in. It was 12 yesterday, still overheated. Yeah, indoors is brutal. I need a little temperature gauge, maybe even a humidity gauge in here. It'd be interesting just to see if you get off the bike and have a horrible session, or get off the bike and have a good session, just to take note of the temperature. Outdoors, you get temperature on these things, so you know, and you can feel it outdoors. How do you get a cycle cap on Zwift? I think it's one of the level unlocks. Not sure what level though. Right, more ride-ons. Let's go. Let's go. 4 horsemen at 100%, mate. That's the only way to ride. Giddy up. That's on my list too, the 4 horsemen. That's 89 kilometers. So let me get this right. That's Watopia Wall, easy. Watopia Wall, Epic KOM with Radio Tower, Volcano KOM, and then you go out and do the Zwift. Boom. That's a good. I'll live stream that one. Hey, Rides of Japan, level 25, got the cap. I guarantee you, Rides of Japan would have been riding just for that cap. I've seen him wear them in real life. As I was saying, yeah, 4 horsemen. I'll live stream that one. It's going to take me many hours, but fucks up my streaming time. Maybe that'll keep Twitch happy. The radio tower at 100%. I think, Steve, Rise of Japan, so I got multiple conversations going here. This is why I do these rides, it's all for the chat. I think the radio tower it's too hard. Has anybody gone out and ridden a road bike up anything more than 14 or 15%? We've done a race that finished up a 13% climb for 6Ks. It's not fun. It's not even, you can't even really train for that because it's such a tiny piece of the racing calendar. The only way to train for that is to not eat. That's not fun. So I think the radio tower is too steep. If you've got a trainer that can really do those, 16, 17, 18%? Oof. There you go. 19% for 50 meters, yeah. It's not a road you'd choose to ride in real life. Much. Loads of 20% hills, oof. But they're only fun for short bursts. They're not fun for a long ride. %18 for 2K, oh, nah. So I guess the mountain bikers dominate those with their gearing. Although the road gearing's getting a lot better. It used to be controversial for us to swap to a compact to go and do bore. Nowadays everyone pretty much has that range of gearing anyway. Almost broke my bike. Hey, speaking of which, the old wives' tale of people will break carbon bikes on trainers, which still isn't the case. Because we just don't see it. If breaking bikes indoors was a thing, it'd be a meme. It's not. Having said that, I've seen 2 alloy bikes broke in the last 2 weeks. One was the hanger snapped off. I mean, it's where it's clamped on, snapped off. So whether it was a bit wobbly or a bit of movement there. And another one was the seat stay at the top of the part where the hanger hooks in. I'm not a bike expert. It snapped through there. Both alloy bikes. I dare not comment with should have been a carbon bike or something. You can't really kick someone when they're down. But it's funny seeing that what everyone thinks is the case, which is carbon bikes indoors will break. It's the alloy ones. Look at how many people are here. That's phenomenal. So again, the case of riding in reverse. Not a lot of people ride in reverse. A lot of people will jump on and just ride by default. I guess if you're using the Apple TV remote, you want to press as little amount of keys as possible to get on and ride. If you want a quieter ride, reverse one of the other worlds, like this one. This is pretty quiet. Is it damaging for wheels to have all the pressure in the same spokes? A good wheel shouldn't be. People do say just turn the wheel every now and then if you have a front wheel on your bike. Shouldn't, but I'd say the sweat dripping into the rim or the spoke holes, if you've got a front tyre and you're sweating on your front wheel and it's getting between the the spokes, the nipples, and the rim. That's probably going to be a lot worse. I'm in the easiest gear and it's only 8%. So what's coming up now? We've got over this hill and around the corner is a nasty climb. Of course, I think Zwift should have level 75. I've been stuck on 50 for way too long. When you calibrate your Elite Zumo, what does the offset value mean? Not a lot. It doesn't mean spin down time. It's just an offset. All you need to do is, if it's relatively close to the offset printed on the sticker underneath the Elite Trainer, you're good. If it's way out and your power numbers seem to be way out, contact Elite support. But the offset doesn't mean a lot. Can't be converted into anything with meaning. Jason went from a tax flow to the kicker core and the max gradient. Awesome. That's good training. That's a good step up. From a wheel-on trainer that was interactive to the kicker core, which is still one of the go-to trainers. Good flywheel, multi-Bluetooth stack on it, and plus cadence now as well in the core. It's pretty much the kicker 14, 16, 17 with a quiet belt and native through axle and climb support. The core does well, but I nailed it with that one. What cassette on the back? Actually, I don't know. I think I need to bring something into shot here just to make everyone jealous. But I haven't earned it just yet. I don't even know what's in this one. But I'm into that. Tiramisu. Just as I'm about to climb the hill, I'm holding on to pizza. 15, 20? Yeah, cool. Von loves tiramisu. And I love pizza. I hope there's some left. Isaiah, how are we doing? Thanks for dropping by. Almost touching 115,000 subscribers on YouTube too. That's going very well. Everyone's indoors these days, so a lot of the content that I put out over the last 3 or 4 years is being viewed quite a lot. People getting set up and subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, remember to hit that subscribe button. I've got to say this every video. It's really funny. If you want to know why YouTubers always say that, is because it really works. If you're halfway into a video, I usually say it at the end, and let's be honest, no one gets to the end, and everyone usually forgets. If you say it early on, we'll almost double the subscribers for that video. I should say it more often here. I don't want to be annoying, but it's just what keeps the wheels turning. You sub because I'm sorry. If you're already subscribed, it is annoying though, isn't it? If you're already a subscriber, hit that join button and become a financial member of the Gplama YouTube channel. Now the members are good. People are always asking me to put up a Patreon or some kind of supporters page, which I really appreciate. That stuff goes a long way to either getting new equipment to test or talk about, because not every company has media units to send out. Some companies don't want to send out stuff, so I'll go and buy it anyway. There we go. Chris Spinks, thank you. How many ride-ons am I dishing out? I'm up to 177. Awesome. All right, look out. If you can see just above there, there's this nasty little climb coming up. There we go. That's a better way of looking at it. What trainer? I'm on an Elite trainer today. My difficulty setup is at 100, so if you're here to watch the show of me hurting up this hill, stay tuned. I'm about to chew some bar tape. This really surprised me. The first time Yorkshire came out, I did it the other direction. I'm like, yeah, it's a pretty quick little hill. Then I've ridden it in reverse. You'll see it. You'll see it. Am I living from my channel, blog, etc.? Yes, yes, I am. They accept Amazon, right? So it's distributed across the different things. There's Amazon affiliate links. There's the YouTube monetization. But Amazon the other day decided to turn the knob down. Choice of words there. On the affiliate referrals. So that, as of the 21st, the income from that actually just dropped to the floor. People still pay the same amount. Here we go. Hit a hard hill and start moaning about monetization. But I think on sports equipment it was something like 4.5%. So if someone was to buy a trainer, I'd get like $50 or something, which was handy every now and then. And then Amazon just decided to reduce that percentage. There's nothing I can do about it. I suspect YouTube will do the same at any point. One sec, Luke. This hill isn't so bad. Must be a 20 out of the back here. As long as I can pass that runner. It's gonna be a push. Haha. Go Spinderella, you got this. Oh, this drags on at the top. We're good. We're good. Through me. Okay, the membership difference is 3 levels. The first one is, it's in Australian dollars, so half it for US, pretty much. The first one is Team Alpaca, where it's, I think it's $2.99 Australian a month. And that's just a way to support the channel with a little tiny bit. And for that you get a little, oh, that cooked me anyway. You get a little llama next to your name in the comments, and your little status goes up the longer you're a member of the channel. That's the first tier. Second tier is the one you want to be on, Team Lama. That's, I think, $5.99 Australian, so probably $3.50 US a month. Not much. And with that you get the behind the scenes stuff. Member access to a few posts here and there. And again, the little llama. And the tiers are cumulative. Anybody here do Windows NT file permissions? Now I'm going back. No, it's not more restrictive, it's least restrictive. So whichever tier you go for, you get the other tiers' benefits. And then there's the middle ones that you want to be on. Not NT firms. It's almost the opposite. And then there's Llama Pro. Because some people said, look, I want to contribute more than $5 a month Australian. So I think it's $14.99. And that gets you nothing more than the middle tier, other than being Llama Pro. That's it. One thing I was conscious of with having the membership stuff is not, first of all, not to take away any content from the main channel. So if you're just a normal subscriber or a flyby viewer, you'll still see everything. Secondly, not to double my workload. A lot of people will go membership or subs and do private videos and private things, and that just doubles the workload. Mod 666. So I can't double the workload because all the work goes into the public channel. But for the member stuff, you get a little screen snippet here and there, maybe a weekly update every now and then. But you also will get you get priority in chat too, because you can sort by member replies in any video chat. What are we on? 0%? Okay. This stream may be under the hour. Say it ain't so. I can just smell the pizza, that's why I have to get this done. Stuck into the pizza. I think Yorkshire needs a few little routes, or it's just something different. It's a bit like Richmond. Good course, but it's a little limited. Just a few bike paths, maybe some single track, just to connect everything, or I don't know. I still love Watopia because it's got such a big mix, huge mix. What would be even better if they joined the worlds via some single trail or little portals or something that you could do it all in one ride. I wonder if they'll start doing multi-events on Zwift rather than a multi-stage. So within 1 hour you could do, say, 3 races and there's a GC, but it's all held within game. I'm just thinking where things could go for this. We haven't done a Lama drive for a while, so we can't theorise about where this stuff may head with Von. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe do a crit, then a time trial, then a hill climb. And then once you finish, you get put in the next pen. If you don't make the time cut, obviously you don't make the time cut, so you're not there at the start line. I think that'd be a great thing to do. I mean, I'm sure Zwift had another number of things on their plate. But imagine sitting down and mapping out your week, and okay, I've got a little mini tour within the hour. Okay, and then people can use their strengths for different things. The sprinters and the crits, I'd love a good time trial. Then the hill climbers, the light people I think that'd be cool. But it needs to be all automated on the screen here. Yeah, anyway. How long does it take Zwift to design a world? Less time than before. It's their own engine, and they have developed their own tools. I had a bit of a sneak peek at the tools they use, but they can't just push out tons and tons of worlds. You'll lose the social aspect there, I think. The kit in-game is level 42 kit, the kit I'm wearing here. Body talk. You're going to switch from run to ride in the same session. There we go. Duathlons in-game. Nick, I don't have the IQ squared pedals, no. I have a DHL tracking number, which is more than I had last week. Michael, my goal today is just around this corner, and it will be the Pump Room 8, or Royal Pump Room 8 route badge. Early on in the stream I did some testing of 200 watt and 250 watt erg. Do I have another job other than being a YouTube Zwifter? I'm full-time in the forums. I'm on Facebook. No, it's not all about the Zwift. I'm everywhere. I also snoop people's Twitch streams if they're streaming Zwift on Twitch. Swimming, never. Don't think we'll see swimming on Zwift. I think rowing is also a bit of wasted energy. I don't think there's a lot of energy put into... I know indoor rowing is a thing. I think it's an established market. I think there's still a lot of low-hanging fruit to get more cyclists on board than into rowing. But I've said it before, if they bring rowing along, at least it'll bump running up to the number 2 sport on Zwift rather than the other sport on Zwift. I don't think it'll take off for a very small amount of people, but I think you've got to go where the energy is. That's why I'm on Zwift. That's where all the cyclists are. Happy with my TCR? Yep. Follow-up video and experience with it. I'd love to do a follow-up video where I upgrade it, but no plans on the any follow. There's not much more I can say on the TCR other than, yeah, I'm still riding it. The update videos I've done to it, so I've rewired the, well, first of all, I added the Di2 wireless module. I rewired the Di2 on it. I've changed the wheels, I've changed the saddle, I've changed the bars, I've changed the bar tape. What else have we done? It's like Grandpa's axe. You change the handle 3 times, you change the head 5 times, it's still the same axe. It's still the same frame. And grip set. I've changed the crankset and power meters on it more times than I can count. Lama jersey design, yeah, people are calling for it. I don't push. I've turned off merch. There's another thing regarding the channel. I've turned off merch on YouTube. They had a Teespring link so anybody on YouTube could link to Teespring and do a couple of designs and things with Lama. So Von did a few designs. They just don't sell. It came up on everybody's screen, but nobody's after that. So that's again energy wasted there. So I turned that off just to annoy everybody with the merch stuff. I don't know why YouTube farmed that out to Teespring. They could have done it themselves. There wasn't a lot of support there from YouTube, other than click here to link it, and it's a different paint. It's in the grand scheme of things, it's not worth it. So Lama jersey, Lama design. People are calling for it, but I'm not sure. If I see a great design, I'll go for it. Here we go, badge time. Can I get some right-ons? Oh, come on. There we go. That's the one. Boom. Full pump room. We'll go through to 30Ks. Look at how many people are there. That's huge. In-game jersey, not a chance. I don't want to hassle Zwift. I know people, from day one, people are asking me how to get their jersey in-game, so I just refer them to, someone at a trainer. I refer them to Zwift, and then Zwift come out saying that they stopped making jerseys for in-game, and then you've got to have like 200 people in your club to get your own jersey, and I don't like to hassle people, so I'm not going to. Maybe one day. There's a cool design, but yeah. That pizza went too quick. Oh no. Well, obviously, if Von's eating all the pizza, the tiramisu's mine then. But to answer the question on the TCR, I am happy with the TCR. I'm not looking to upgrade anytime soon, but that's more about the group set that's on there. They will extend level 50. We just don't know when. Level 25 hung around for a while. Daniel got a set of Vector 3s coming soon. Cool, just make sure they've got the new caps on them. I'm sure they will if you're buying them new. And you should be alright. Yeah, the Vector 3s had a troubled start to life. A very troubled start to life. But they should be good now. Wait till I have a rad design for a jersey. There we go. What tiramisu? After many trainers I've tested, what trainer have I come across that's accurate after firmware updates? What it was at the beginning, the Neo 1. Tax Neo 1. I still use that. That's one of the very first smart trainers. I've had smart trainers prior to that, but one of the first top-end smart trainers. Still using the same one. It has its goods and bads in other areas, but for power accuracy, it's pretty good. But the Elites as well. I use the Elite, the Dorettos with the OTS. They seem to be within a few percent, within spec. My favourite bike in Zwift, the Buffalo bike. But I'm doing the Ceramic Speed mission at the moment. I've ticked off, so the Ceramic Speed mission was it 120 on a road bike, 80 on a TT bike, 40 on a mountain bike. I've ticked off the mountain bike ones. I've ticked off the time trial bike ones. I'm 70, I've probably only got about 30Ks to go on the road bike ones now. Which elite trainer? I haven't said. Just a elite trainer. May have come up earlier on. I don't know. Just a elite trainer. Not sure what it showed on the pairing screen. I should have checked that, shouldn't I? All right. Another hill. Oh, actually, I'm feeling better at the end of this session than I did at the start. It's always the way. It's one thing I used to do training, is if you went out for a ride, you had a training plan, it's so easy to pull the pin in the first 5 minutes because you don't feel any good. Switch your brain off, and if you don't feel good after 20 minutes, then you can make the decision. But you can't make, I could never make a decision in the first 5, first 10. That's not enough. Just a mind game, but I think what happened is, after 20 minutes, you're far enough from home. Like, well, my effort just starts here anyway, I better just do it. Or if you do turn around after 20 minutes, you've still got a 40-minute ride. Depends on the wind. Oh, can I get 30Ks right at the hour? What are the chances? What are the chances? Oh, 2 seconds off. I can't grab my brakes there. I'm going to call it a night there. I have pizza waiting. Everybody, thanks for coming along tonight. I do enjoy the chat. Always plenty of laughs and things to keep me on my toes. And as always, love the tech questions, love the questions about the trainers, or I'm not quite sure on the ones about the IQ squared power meter, but I should be able to answer those ones next week. Stay tuned for that. As always, hit subscribe on the channel. That keeps things rolling along. And as mentioned earlier on there, the memberships are kicking along and help keep things kicking along here. So I appreciate all the views. All right, I've got to sort out my other badge. We shall see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. And Mother's Day here in Australia. It's a bit late though to call your mum. It's Mother's Day elsewhere. Give her a call. All right, we'll see you soon.